Let's now turn to Emma James on the other side of our studio with MediaWatch. How are you?
I'm good, thank you.
Now then, quite serious what we're going to. The situation in Aleppo, obviously the fall of that city. What is being said on social media?
Well, one thing that is very clear is that there is a lot of frustration, anger and disappointment out there. And I think one thing that really sums up the disappointment in the fact that the international community has been so powerless to intervene successfully in Syria is a cartoon from a French cartoonist called Wings. In this, he has the UN portrayed doing a mannequin challenge, you know, the online trend for filming people frozen in place. They are frozen in place watching as the bombs fall on Aleppo as it is called in French. And that really does sum up how a lot of people feel the international community has failed in Syria and in Aleppo in particular. Another person who is getting a great deal of criticism right now is the Syrian ambassador to the UN, Bashar Jafari. And that is because yesterday, when giving his version of events to the emergency meeting on the situation in Aleppo at the Security Council of the UN, he denied reports that there had been summary executions. We understand that 82 civilians were killed, including women and children, by regime forces as they moved into rebel-held areas. He held up this photo saying, this is what the Syrian army is doing in Aleppo, and you see a woman stepping off a truck onto the back of a soldier to be led away, to be helped away. However, there is a very big problem with this image. It was actually taken in Iraq in June of this year when Fallujah was freed from the Islamic State group. So fake news being spread there by the Syrian ambassador to the UN. Now, as we turn to what's coming out of Syria itself, there is a lot of frustration still. Holland has summoned Russian and Iranian ambassadors to protest what is happening in Aleppo. But what about the rest of the world, asked this Syrian journalist, asking who else is protesting in those kind of ways to the involvement of Russia and Iran in this situation. This man bills himself as a teacher and an activist in Aleppo. He says Russia is interested in its interests and Iran has got other interests. What about ours? This is why it is not a civil war, because, of course, outside actors are now involved. Another tweet from Aleppo, this is the account of the 7-year-old Bana Alabed, this one written by her mother Fatima. She calls on the Turkish foreign minister, saying, we had hope yesterday, but what is happening now? Please help us now. No more time left. This, of course, with the ceasefire having ended, the evacuation of Aleppo looking as though it wasn't going to happen, we understand now that perhaps that ceasefire is back in place, but it's very, very uncertain times indeed for anyone in Aleppo right now.
Indeed, it's worth saying the ceasefire now back in place for now. That, of course, could change at any moment. So obviously we'll keep monitoring all the situations as they come. Some people are searching for ways to help or just show solidarity with the people of Aleppo.
Yes, absolutely. Some people are looking for really proactive ways that they can help. And the Syrian campaign has actually tweeted out a list of all of the Foreign Affairs Department phone numbers for every country in the world. They're urging people to make their individual voice heard, however much it may seem like that isn't important, it doesn't matter. They are saying that it is important to make your individual feelings felt, and they're calling on people to take action in that way. Looking at the Independent newspaper, they say there are 5 things that you can do to help Aleppo. They say donate, demonstrate, volunteer, contact your politicians, and also to support refugees who arrive in your country. Many, though, are urging people to remember Aleppo as it was, a kind of a tribute to Aleppo, because, of course, it's very easy to forget. This was a bustling, very glamorous, really, city in the heart of Syria that was so important to the Syrian economy. And we're so used now to, of course, seeing those hollowed-out shells of buildings that have just been destroyed in the bombardment. This is a video that was posted online today. This is what we now understand Aleppo to be, and it is easy to forget that it was once something really rather magnificent. In a similar vein, this tweet has Aleppo before and after, and it really is so distressing to see just how much has been destroyed, aside from, of course, all the lives lost, which are the most important thing of all. This Twitter user is pointing out that Syria itself was once a safe haven. An interesting thing to remind us of at this moment, in 1944, refugee camps were being set up in Syria for Europeans who were fleeing war and persecution.
Finally, a piece of heartwarming news. One little football fan's dreams coming true. Tell us more.
Yes, this is a fabulous story. You may remember there was a little boy from Afghanistan who was a huge fan of Lionel Messi, and he became known worldwide because he was photographed wearing his plastic bag shirt, the blue stripes meant to look like the Argentina strip, with Messi and number 10 written on the back. Now, this little boy became very, very well known. Murtaza Ahmadi is his name. He's now 6 years old, and last night he got to lead out Barcelona FC, holding the hand of Lionel Messi, no less, for a friendly in Doha. And this is a fabulous story, which everybody loves. There is a bittersweet element to it. There were death threats and kidnap threats from the Taliban, so the family had to leave Afghanistan. But last night, all of his dreams came true, and it does look as though he got on very well with Messi indeed. This image tweeted by FC Barcelona. Murtaza just can't let go of Messi. Cutest thing ever.
Emma, thank you very much indeed. Emma James with MediaWatch.